Scattered throughout parking areas in Syracuse and Onondaga County are some 61 charging stations for electric vehicles, but rarely will you ever see a car hooked up to one. Despite the fact that few people own electric vehicles, Governor Cuomo's administration is shelling out $50 million over the next 5 years to install some 3,000 of these charging stations throughout the state. Proponents of electric cars say the electricity from these charging stations make an electric car 3 to 4 times cheaper to drive than a gasoline-powered car. But the fear has always been, what would happen if you run out of juice and you're not near one of these charging stations? It's called range anxiety, and it's discouraging people from buying electric cars.
But it's not an easy change, it's a behavioral change.
Brian McCrae is a managing partner of Synapse, an organization that received $700,000 in state funding to establish many of the charging stations in and around Syracuse. Yesterday, the State Public Service Commission decided to deregulate these charging stations in hopes of encouraging more investment in them, thus making electric cars more attractive to consumers.
What it does is it lifts a regulatory barrier, hopefully to allow a change in the pricing for charging at publicly available stations.
So it's on.
That's it. You're running.
Scott Rose specializes in selling the Nissan Leaf at Fusillo Nissan in the town of Clay. Scott believes electric cars are the wave of the future. They not only reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, they have zero emissions. He applauds the governor's efforts to stimulate demand by building up a network of charging stations.
The technology is rapidly evolving. We're pretty excited as what's to come.
Well, is there a market for them?
Absolutely. The unfortunate thing is the market hasn't quite caught up with the infrastructure, if you will.